Welcome. I'm Create with Sue and I'm looking today at this Munbyn thermal label printer. Munbyn have been kindly asked me to take a look at that, so they've actually provided this printer. It's a little thermal label printer which will print labels for personal products or craft shops, sales, anything that you want to sell. I'm going to use mine. I make products for a craft shop and I'm going to put some labels on those, make myself personal ones. I have in the past actually had labels printed by a manufacturer, which turned out terrible. I was very disappointed and they cost me quite a bit of money, so I wasn't very happy with those. And I also have been making them with my scan and cut, which is fine for very small numbers. However, I really wanted some professional labels and something quick. And these printers are very quick to print the labels. So we're going to unbox this today, and then I'll probably do another video on looking at designing some labels and printing some labels. All right, so this is how it comes in this little box here, all neatly packaged. Oh, and I really love this. Hello. Isn't that cute? So these printers come in a couple of colours. One is pink and white and one is black and white. So it comes with your power adapter. Now I'm in Australia, so it will have an Australian adapter in it. Power cord in it. And so that's what I expect. If you're purchasing in a different country, please make sure that you order one to suit your country's power outlet. So that looks good. It's come well packaged, so that's a good point. It's got a little user guide and looks like some labels to print postage. So this particular printer will print your labels to post your products if you're a seller and you post your products out to your clients. So they're big square labels, well, not square, they're rectangle labels to be precise. So great for postage. And then it's got a user guide. Now it says there's white, grey, green and pink available. However, I didn't see the grey on offer at all, so I'm not sure about that. I saw in some countries there was a green. I didn't really see that for Australia, so I'm not sure. I did see the pink. I loved the pink. The pink was very nice. And this one's a black and white one. So it's got some product tips. It tells you what's in the package here. And a little overview of where everything goes and what the buttons and that mean. And there's an unboxing. They've got their own unboxing video, so that's good. And I did notice that there's some QR codes there that you can scan with your phone and watch the setup video. So I would recommend you do that if you purchase one of these. And some talk about driver installation. So I'll follow that along as well. And it's some tips, some great tips about running the automatic label identification when you change labels, and what the lights mean, and some just cautions for operating. So it looks good. Tech support and some safety notes. So let's get this little box out here. And there's another. Okay, so this is the one where I'll connect it to my laptop, or you can connect it to your computer if you've got a computer. So it's a USB cable, and that obviously goes in the end of the printer. It's a nice, neat little printer, isn't it? Oh, it's got some factory testing here. This is a sample print for factory testing. Oh, good. Now, I haven't really looked at this yet, so this is my first time. I believe you open it like that. Oh, look at that. How easy is that? It goes right up like that. And I also know, so we'll just take that out. I would, if you get one of these, I'd keep this. And it's got guides here where you can change the size of the roll, or if you're using the bigger labels, using these bigger labels, they would be that size. But I purchased rolls. So, and I also purchased, waiting for this to come, I purchased I'll just move this out the way a little bit forward, a little roll holder. So you can also fit these postal ones in there as well. You can fit the postal ones down there and these rolls. Now this pack here is very pretty, isn't it? This is a gold label. We'll take that right off, otherwise we might print on that. Just take it right off like that. Put it over there somewhere. These are a gold label that are actually a circular label, so they look like they're not, but they've got an edge there. You can just see the edge maybe in the camera. And what we would do is line that up potentially in the middle. There is some guides there. Okay, just use the guide, and then you would move your, just a bit like what you would do with a normal printer, move the guides to suit so it's comfortable to feed. It's not too bad. And actually you can see that that guide lines up with that guide line, and that one lines up with that one. So that looks all right. And I think you feed it all the way through. Maybe push that back a little bit, I'm not sure. Just keep an eye on what that one does. And all the mechanisms just there. So it's a thermal, so there will be some sort of heat mechanism there. And we'll close that back up. Just like that. All right, well, I'm going to go off and get my laptop, and very easy and portable, so that's really good, and it's got a cutting blade there. So I'll get that laptop and we'll have a little print. I'll see you soon. So I haven't scanned the QR codes because I'm going to put this on my laptop. I've got a direct connection to the laptop cord, so I'm going to use that. Some of the models do have wireless, so you could use your phone. I haven't checked out whether this one does. I don't think it does, but it may do. And certainly there is an app available on the phone that you can use to create your stickers with. But I'm going to put in the Windows driver. I'm on a Windows laptop, and it is munbyn.biz/941WIND. So the 941 is the model that I have, and I'm on a Windows machine, so that makes sense to me. And we'll click enter. And it's bringing us to a Munbyn Windows driver latest 257.exe, 2.9 meg, sounds good. Direct download, and we'll go for it. So I don't want to do that. All I want to do is click that. So that's okay. Let us install that. So that's a yes. Please ensure your printer is connected and turned on. So I'll just pit stop this video for 2 seconds and I'll go and do that. So I've just brought my laptop in, plugged it in here, and the on switch is down the bottom here. Just click that on. And it beeps and it goes, whoop, I know something's there on my laptop. All right. So please ensure your printer is connected and turned on. Let's go for it again. Yep, so we already had that. Needed to do that again. And install. Would you like to install this device driver? Yes, install. Okay, open help document. Okay, let's do that too. Oh, good, there's a nice PDF that comes with it. got lots of information about the Mac drivers. There'll be some about the window drivers. So it's all got all the setup instructions there, really, which we've just done. So it's got some issues if you've got printing issues at all, so troubleshooting. That's actually really handy because sometimes you have to go hunting a million miles to find a, a guide of any type for things. Oh, good, and it's got lots of links there on it as well, tips and tricks, how to customise. Probably going a bit quick for you to have a look at, but that's okay. I really just wanted to see what was in this guide. Now that looks good. Good. And I'll just minimise that because I might come back to that. Now I think that's it for this side. So I'll pop back over to the, actually what I'll do is in Canva, I've actually created some labels. So I'm going to quickly go into Canva and have a look. So I was playing with this before the printer came, and it might take me a bit to find my labels because I do so much stuff. Okay, labels. Alright, so this is some of the labels I've had a little play with. Thank you labels, and we'll go into a video and show you how to design the labels in another video. What I do know is that I've used, this is basically, I've marked this one template because this outside line is the size of the round label that I'm going to use. And then I've removed it in this design. So these designs are exactly the same design, but we don't want that black outline to print, so I've just removed it. So I've created a little template for myself. And this one here I've left with a background for you, just so you can see it. And also this one as well, with a background. However, we don't want that background because that potentially could, the black will print, but that may, the pink background or any colour background there, may potentially mottle and not print nicely, and you want a really nice crisp print. I'll just go in and remove that if I can grab hold of it. Here we go. And we will just put a clear background, so no background. And we will download and print that page 2. PNG, we'll keep it as PNG. Actually, I wonder whether it might be better off in a PDF. Best for printing. Let's download it as a PDF instead. RGB for best digital use. CMYK, won't really matter because it's black and white. And we're downloading that. So I've opened the PDF version of the sticker in Adobe Acrobat. Adobe is perhaps a little bit better to print with than your browser printing, but it's up to you. You can choose however the best way to print is for you. The settings, to change the settings, are very similar in each package. So you go up to your printer icon and choose your printer. At the moment it's got my Sawgrass, so I'll just find my Munbyn printer there. And you need to go into properties. So properties is here on the right. And if we go along to page setup, which is the third tab along, you can choose some other settings here. I've got a paper source as a roll, that's fine. Got black and white, that's fine too. But page setup will give you the ability to select the size of your sticker. And in this instance, I'm doing a 2 by 2 inch sticker, which will be up towards the top here. There it is, 2 by 2. And it will also give you the ability to position the sticker a little bit differently if it's not quite in the center. For example, position adjustment, you can change the horizontal direction and the vertical direction, which is probably what I needed to do just to get that printer, that setting a little bit more central. I'm going to try -1 and -1 to see if that's okay. Just changing the arrows will change the number, but you can also type it in. We'll try -1, -1 and go OK, and then you press print, and I'll see you back over at the machine in a moment. That looks really good. So that was -1, -1 that time. So it does depend. I just had a little play while I had the camera stopped on how the design's put together. So the design did make a difference basically to how the setting. So it is wise to do one label, and then when you're happy with that label, so I'm happy with that one, I'd print lots of those shortly. Once you've printed one label, then you can go on and continue printing. All right, I'll just pit stop for a minute and come back. So I'm just going to print some for my mum as well. We'll do one just to see how it goes. Oh, it printed it. Even though I had it turned off, it's printed it straight away. So that looks really good. I'll print a few of those for my mum, who makes artist bears. It's one of her favourite things to make. She's been making them for probably 30 years. Let's just print 10 for her. Look how quick that was. And how beautiful and shiny on the iridescent paper. So that's what it's going to look like. Sorry, the light's capturing it a little bit hard to see. All right. So that is with the gold label, but I also bought green ones, and I bought yellow ones, which I should unwrap so you can see better. So yellow stars I bought, and I bought some clear ones to play with. I had a lovely time. And of course, one of my brand colours is the pink. So the pink and the green are two of my brand colours. So I bought those two to use. Just move that back out the way. Now I think really it doesn't really say, or I haven't found it yet, whether to turn it off and on before, like when you open that, but I think probably it's better to turn it off when you open it up. Pops open like that. If you've just used it, make sure it's not hot. Take your other label out. And oh, this is a new label, so it's still got its little sticky bit holding it flat. Put it in a straight alignment. Stick it so it comes out a little bit. Shut the lid. Turn it on. And because I've put a new label in, I'm going to recalibrate it again. So just hold the button down for, I don't know, 30 seconds. And see how it goes with this label. Okay. Now we'll give it another print. So I'm going to go double check what my setting is. Choose the Munbyn again. More settings. Okay, that's good. That's very good. That was a -2 and a -2 for me, so that's okay. Put this one here. Doesn't show up that well because it's a green, like the green. I like pinks and greens. This one's so pretty though. Now the indecision of which one I'm going to use, I think I might use the gold one. Okay, so I'm going to print the gold labels, and look how quick they are. That's really good. Not sure how many I've pressed now. There's a few. That'll keep me going. I've got a lot of earrings in the craft shop at the moment, so we'll put them on all the earrings. There we go. And I've just added one of Jacob's that I did in the star, Matilda's, Charlie's, and here's the earrings that I've done. And it makes a nice look on the back. Catch you next time.